Man, I really should have been filming the other day here. We got the 4440 out. A couple other things too from when it's winter's rest. You won't believe it. I think we started the tile truck, quad track, 4440, and maybe something else. And they all started. Every single one of them. Stars aligned. That'll work. I'll see you back over at, I'll be back over there. I'm coming back over. Old hay pile's looking pretty low here. Down to probably 70 grass bales or something like that. That's really not so bad for this time of year. Before we hop into what we're doing the rest of the day here, which is trying to close up tile trenches. I know I talked about it last year in one of my videos that I'd be interested in trying some big square bales. I did actually go look at a big square baler. Didn't pull the trigger on it, but I did go look at a big square baler. If there's somebody in my area, I kind of want to try big square bales before I actually invest in a big square baler, like the whole jumping in head first thing. So if somebody's in my area, maybe, then might be interested in doing some custom small or big square bale work. I'm looking at having somewhere in the neighborhood of 140 acres of straw to do, and then I could also probably get some hay cut down at about that time. So, you know, I could have about 200 acres of hay to get baled. Hay, straw, combination. Might be a little bit different if I'm doing straw, but 3x3 bales preferably. Or hey, equipment company, you want to demo a big square baler for you, boy? I'd be interested. Man, that takes a long time. Come on now. Eat the pallet boards. We are after my, well, I call it Scrappenstein. That didn't work. How about we can get that? You guys are in for a treat. Oh, it's warm in here. Oh no! That whole comment about how everything started, that aged real well, didn't it? Real well. I think a ground's a ground on these. Yes, that's a 6-volt battery. Might as well see if we can move it in here with the skid steer. Yeah, so this lovely piece of farmyard engineering is what I've actually named Scrappenstein. Gotta do that voice when you say that too. It's my trench closer that I built last winter, I believe. I was gonna do a video on it. Thing's like an hour long. Yeah, so I just haven't done it. It's pretty much all out of scrap, except for I think this blade right here. I think I paid somebody like 50 bucks for that blade, and the bushing stock and stuff like that. That I had to buy. Hoses I had to buy, and a couple of the pins. Other than that, it was all out of scrap. My dad gave me a blade. That might be the blade I bought. That's the blade I bought. My dad gave me the John Deere blade. I can't remember. Steve, who has a really cool shop pit, which is where the quad track's at. We'll be going over there here in a couple of days. He gave me those cylinders. I think I broke something on this. I know I broke something on this the last time I used it. I think I fixed it before I put it back away. Cylinders aren't quite strong enough on it. They actually need to be like further out here to control the pivot point, or I got to build something so they have more leverage. There's too much leverage back here pushing it in, or that I got to actually like just chop this section off, which is probably the best thing to do. For right now, I'm going to drag out the welder. We'll weld a bar onto it. while I'm doing that, instead of you guys getting the video, how about a little montage of the actual build of this thing? There we go. Now we're going to burn in some professional farm welds. Is that a little low for? Well, you got to plug it in. That's pretty important. I really have my doubts if that'll hold, but if this does help it a lot, then maybe I'll make it beautiful. Probably not though. So we got it with us. There's a slight chance that it's too wet for this, but we're gonna go give her a try. You know, worst case scenario, it's too wet. Show you kind of what it's supposed to do. If it doesn't or not, I don't know, but what it's supposed to do. That sure didn't take long for him to find me. Just everywhere. So this is one of the projects last fall that got done, so it made it through a winter. Tile pattern jobs really settle out pretty nicely if you give them a good freeze thaw over the winter. I would have liked to do this last fall. I'll say that. Does a pretty nice job of zipping it back together in the spring. But here's what it looks like. So as the shank goes through, it heaves the dirt this side and this side, and then it doesn't always fall back down in. Now this has settled some since last fall, so it's better than it was last fall. But if the groomer was available, or what I thought was available, probably would have tried to do it last fall. The issue is, well, it's working okay. But there you go. So after I've now pushed it back together, I've drug the dirt back up. The issue is that it's still got a spot here in the middle where I might have to work on this thing again, because it's not pushing it together. I like when I was using it last year, when I got done, it was like in a perfect, like little, almost looked like a pyramid. Kind of like here's a spot that it went through okay. Kind of like this, just a perfect little whoop whoop. The issue with it having be unlocked and solid like that, the amount of dirt that gets heaved isn't always equal. The bigger the boot is, the more and further the deep, the further the mounds are going to be thrown. And then on top of that, the deeper you go, the more dirt you're going to heave too. The cylinders were working. I could adjust it on the fly of how I actually wanted it to go. Then I could actually close them together and drag a little bit of dirt towards like the start holes and stuff. That's worked great. But I think I'm probably going to need to cut this down. You know, just cut it down a little bit. Bring them closer together, and it's probably what I'll have to do to get it to actually work the way that I need it to work. It just doesn't really put it together like I want it to. So I'm gonna go make an adjustment on it, but unfortunately that's gonna be tomorrow because it's Sunday. I got a dinner to go to, and we'll see you guys in the morning. And we're back again. And yes, this is the proper technique. Isn't it mandatory after making a weld on YouTube to show the weld? And I thought that's way better. Let's hop out real quick. So this is ideally what I would like it to look like. See, it's like a perfect hump, and then the pipe would settle right there. That's actually stuff that I did yesterday. I really need to have like more weight on the back end of this thing to hold that down a little bit better, but it works okay. You can see now that there's no like indentation in the middle. It's piled right on top of the pipe. So if we get a rain, which we're supposed to get a rain on Wednesday, that'll settle it down even more, and then you can come in here, vertical till it, field cultivate it, soil finish it, and it'll still settle for the next year, but it won't be so bad. Versus, see how wide it was yesterday? You can still see it didn't even touch the dirt right here. See how it's still a lighter color than that is right there? That wasn't doing the job that I wanted it to do. It's much better. Still not perfect. Our engineered, like these things out there, multiple of them, like Soil Max has one. Mostly everybody has one, I think. You know, I got the wild hair, tried to save some money, and built one. Look at that, look at that, looky, looky, looky. Well, let's go see if pattern tile's running any water. Yeah, we're trickling. That's good to see. Slow trickle. I don't know if all the frost is out, or I don't know that. I would assume it's pretty close. It looks like it's wet out here, but we are so dry. Yeah, I wouldn't expect it to be running a whole lot, but it is running some. However, I think that's probably where we'll end today's video. If you would, hit the thumbs up button for me. Getting going into planting season here, field work season. We might have to do some more reminders to hit the thumbs up thing. You know, a little bit of support for the channel. Field work is right around the corner. It will be coming. Dad wants to try and land all some stuff, or vertical till some stuff today. I don't know if it's ready or not. He'll try it. Oats are coming on. Early soybeans, we got to try and get those going in. We got a couple projects coming up. Fun stuff. Once Mother Nature lets us go. So, we'll see you in the next one. Way missed the hat that time. Alex, literally the people on YouTube are just gonna think my whole entire diet is donuts.
Yeah, I see that.
Like,
does that lady know you like Krispy Kreme donuts?
No,
Does
she
know
just no. The first time I met her. She gave these to me.
No,
yeah. Like, she said the kid's doing a fundraiser and it was like,
what'd you do? Give her $5?
We got a 12-pack donut.
Holy donuts!
Well, I asked because she had Krispy Kreme donuts on the counter, and I said, where the heck are you getting Krispy Kreme donuts? Because I'm mad at Casey's because they don't carry blueberry donuts anymore.
That's fair.